everyone. Welcome. My name is Irene Mendez. I'm the Global Program Specialist here at Rice Global. This is the information session for Visual Culture of the French Revolution that's going to be taught in Paris. We're excited to have you join us to learn more about this course. Uh, I'm I'm going to pass it on to Leo just to introduce himself, and then we're going to start the slideshow.
Hi, I'm Leo Costello, and looking forward to doing this. Last year was the first one, um, and um, really enjoyed being in Paris and getting to know the people who were there. So can't
Great.
wait.
All right, so let me share my screen. Um, Again, this is for visual culture of the French Revolution, which is HART set 374. And this course will take place during session one, which is May 12th through the 30th of 2025. And then here's just a quick QR code that takes you to this course web page that includes a place where you can find the application there. You can directly link to it. And just a lot of the stuff that we're going to discuss is in that web page itself. So just take a look, and I'll add it to the chat at the end when we're doing Q&A. I'll add the link. Um, okay, so I'll pass it on to you, Leo, and just you let me know when you need me to move forward.
Yeah, and I'll keep it quick. Poor Kara knows how long I can go on about stuff, so Kara, I promise I'll keep it pretty brief. Um, just to say that the course will be kind of split between classroom and stuff out in Paris. Even when you're in the classroom, that's the view from the classroom. At left, it's pretty nice. In there, that's the kind of courtyard and the great leaves out side there. So often we do things, we do like a morning session in the classroom and then have lunch and then go out. That's us on a tour of Montmartre. So those are kind of the two sides of the course. Notice everybody's wearing very comfortable shoes. Comfortable shoes is key. There's definitely some walking um, involved in this. We did a number of walking tours. We kind of traced the um, path that the people would take as they rose up in the east and moved towards the Place de la Bastille and into the center of the city. We were going to follow the guillotine path. So I guess that's one thing to say. This all gets pretty gory. So just be forewarned, it gets a little bloody. It was a bloody business. But then it got super, super hot that last week and everybody was kind of dying. So I am pretty humane about it. And we did stop and get coffee a lot and ice cream. Okay, you can go ahead. So this is the kind of thing we would look at in an art history class. Um, a painting that had a lot to do with the revolution, even though it was before it, and we'll talk about all of that. But the nice thing about that is we get to look at it not just in the classroom, but if you go ahead, Irene, there it is. You can see it over. I don't know if you can see yep, you can see it over on the left in the galleries. The galleries are a lot more crowded than that, which is actually good because technically I'm not supposed to teach in there. So we all kind of gathered up really close and I just kind of said a bunch of stuff and gestured up quickly. The guards didn't seem to care. It was super, super hot the day we were there in those galleries. So nice thing about May, I'll probably say this like 10 times. The nice thing about May is it's not going to be nearly so hot. It might actually be kind of chilly at that point. You can go ahead. And so this is us in the basement of the Louvre at the left. That's a model of the building. And that's kind of right above that. So just the Louvre itself actually, as a public museum, is a product of the revolution. It's one of the things about the revolution, including the flag and the national anthem of France that remain from it. And the guillotine initially was just about right where you're looking here, and just above where you are there. So it's interesting how those histories are kind of wrapped up. So we'll talk about the Louvre itself as well as the art in it. You can go ahead. We'll talk a lot about people like Marie Antoinette. Everybody got really into Marie Antoinette the last time. They got really into the hairstyles. They would do they were called the poufs, various updo things that they would do. La Belle Poule was a French Navy ship that had a famous victory over the English. And so they actually had a model of the ship in her hair that she was walking around. Um, and then we looked at a lot of different images um, of her, this one and the next one, if you want, Irene. Um, this is now her with her children, and this was a sketch that someone did. They used to think it for a long time it was David, but it probably wasn't, of her going to the guillotine along the pathway that we didn't quite walk that day. So we'll talk a lot about her. We'll talk a lot about Versailles. So it's great. Again, this is kind of the picture I show in class, but we'll walk all around there. You can go ahead. Um, and that's us in the courtyard. It was really freezing that day. It had warmed up a bit by then. Um, and then this at the right is just, she had this crazy, like, little kingdom back there, and they had like sheep, and all her ladies would dress up as sheep, and they would go around pretending to be little shepherdesses, and have these little parties out there. So it's just a wild place. So we do a full day in Versailles. All right, you can go on. That's just inside. That's a pretty good sense of the crowds. We do Versailles the first day, and it's definitely the most crowded. That and the Louvre are the most crowded things we do. Otherwise, we will keep away from the crowds a bit. You can go on. That's the Hostel Soubise. That's right near the Paris Center. This is like 2 blocks, maybe 3 blocks from the Paris Center, really close by. Um, and then you can go ahead. Um, that's us going in to the Soubise. It's sort of, anyway, I won't talk all about it, but it's very different than Versailles is. We ended up getting this really cool, it was weird. They had closed it upstairs when we were there for reasons that were explained to me in French that I partially understood. But I kind of asked nicely and said we were a school group, and they ended up taking us on this like private tour back to the left here through the courtyard and up into the building. It was really neat. You can go ahead. That's the interior the way you usually see it, and go ahead. That's us inside. They're looking there. This is Marie Antoinette's last letter that she wrote from jail. It's actually quite moving, as a matter of fact. And again, people got really into Marie Antoinette over the time. So that's us looking at it. You can go ahead. And it's Paris, so we're going to eat. We will eat well. This is a meal in a place called the Procope, which is one of the few places that remains as a working restaurant from even before the French Revolution. But a lot of the French revolutionaries, including Danton, um, hung out actually at this restaurant. And there's lots of memorabilia around. Danton probably gave the order for them to storm the Tuileries Palace from about where we're all sitting right there. So that's fun. So we'll do 3 meals together and go ahead. There's us on the last day at the Musée d'Orsay. I was feeling so sad at this point. This hat was my souvenir from that day. Um, and that was our last day all together in the d'Orsay. And we'll kind of look at after effects from the revolution from there. You can go ahead. Um, and so that's us at the Olympics. We won't have the Olympics this year, but we will see the Eiffel Tower. We can go up the Eiffel Tower if we want this year. It was just a little crazy last year. But big picture, the point is, you're in Paris, you're in Europe. We're gonna have fun. So what I do is kind of pack everything in Monday through Thursday, and then and typically we'll do our meal lunch Thursday, so you don't have a dinner Thursday. So you can go off. You've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday to explore Paris, to go somewhere in France, to go somewhere else in Europe. We had people go to Amsterdam, um, all over the place. So I'm really building in. You're in Paris. It's going to be fun. There's some work. Obviously, there's some work, but I'm not trying to make you sit in your, dorm room in Paris all night. You're in Paris, Um, it should be fun. You can go ahead. Um, to the point, yes, that's Taylor Swift. That's me taking a picture of Taylor Swift. Um, I used one of the weekends my wife and I went and saw Taylor Swift um, in Munich. She's so much closer to us there than she really looks. So I can't promise Taylor Swift again, but the point is there's a world of stuff in Europe and in Paris that you can do that will be amazing. So the course is designed to be rigorous, and we will get really into the nitty-gritty of the French Revolution. I promise a lot of the art around it and the artifacts around it, but we'll also have a really, really good time. So I think that's it.
Great. I love that you're a Swiftie too.
Yeah,
Because
I got one.
nice. Yeah. I also went to see her when I went to Paris actually. So it was very nice to be there when she was in Europe for sure. But just a little more information about the program itself. This is Rice credit, so you register like a regular Rice course. It's during the summer. Um, Classes are in English, obviously taught by a Rice professor. This is a 3 credit hour course. There is, if you're financial aid eligible, there is financial aid. That you can get for the summer. And then on top of that, our office does provide Rice Global Tuition and Travel Awards. And also for art history, for this course, there you may be able to request additional aid via the art history department. So that's all indicated on the website. So you just reach out to them. But in the application itself, there is a question about any additional assistance that you may require, just to indicate that there, answer those questions. And we really try our best to help get you to Paris. So just be clear about what your need is, and we do try our best because we want all students to participate. So what's really nice about this program, and it's that there are 3 week long sessions. So you take this course in 3 weeks, and you're able to still pursue other things during the summer outside of the 3 weeks. And this course itself is in the first session, so it's really convenient because you can go to Paris for 3 weeks, and then you can also do like an internship or a job for the rest of the summer. Um, just like Leo said, classes will take place at the Rice Global Paris Center, which is located in the Marais, which is a very hopping side of Paris. There's a lot of museums just within walking distance, and it's just a great area to be in. You wouldn't even think that this beautiful historical building was in the middle of the Marais, but it is. And I think we're all really lucky to be able to have this as part of the Rice Paris campus. Just another thing, this is open to any Rice undergraduate. There are no prerequisites to take this course. I do know one of our student workers who's an ambassador. He took an art history course during the summer, and he became an art history minor. So he didn't even know that was going to happen, but taking this course in Paris inspired him to then become a minor. The tuition cost is $1,800 per credit hour, and this is a 3 credit hour course. That covers your housing for all through week. So we have residences in Paris, and there you have your own apartment within that residence with your own bathroom, your own small kitchen. Each of the residents has RAs who are all fluent in French, so they're there as a resource to use. So if you need help with knowing how to get to the grocery store, like certain French phrases, they're there to help out. They usually have office hours every day. So they are very much there to support you. Also it's covering your Metro card. So you'll have a Metro card for rides, all around Paris, during your time there. All these course excursions and tickets and anything like that is organized by our office and paid by Rice Global. So you don't have to worry about any of that. That's all going to be ready. You just have to basically get over there. But that's all going to be set by the program. And then on top of that, we do have 3 group meals that you can kind of share and get to know everybody in your class that way. And travel insurance. We are working to see if there's something else we can add to the program. So keep checking back or email me if you want to find out more about that. Like I mentioned, if you are already receive financial aid, you're eligible to receive aid for up to 9 credit hours a summer for 2 summers at 50% the tuition rate. I work with the financial aid office on this. So they basically let me know how much aid you have available. And then that's part of my letter. If you get accepted into the course, I include that information about how much financial aid you have available to you. And then on top of that, I do let you know if you have received a tuition or a travel award or both. That's going to be included in the letter. So you kind of know ahead of time, like how much you're getting and if this is something that you can work with. So really we really do want you guys to get over there. So just let us know what the need is and we really will try and help you as best as we can. So don't be shy. We really encourage you to just put that out there so we can try and help you. And so yeah, so that, like I said, that will be included in the acceptance letter once you get accepted. The application deadline is January 31st. And then like up until that point, if you have questions about anything, please feel free to email us at pariscenter@rice.edu. If it's about the program or the course, I'm happy to send any course questions to Leo. So don't be afraid to reach out. We're here to help. And then I just want to show you really quickly the course web page. What is this? So if you go to our website, global.rice.edu, and just go here where it says summer 2025, it will list all of the sessions, or all of the courses that are taking place in Paris. And this one, like you can see, is right here in session 1. This takes you to the web page itself. And then right over here, you can directly go ahead and click to take you to the application. I'll have this recorded posted up here. And if you have questions, this will link you right to that Paris Center email I told you guys about. A lot of the information that we just talked about is listed here. And also just last year's syllabus is linked here. So if you want to take a look about what course is going to look like, I don't think it's going to change too much from last year's syllabus. It is subject to change because we do have to arrange things with the new timeline of when Leo's there. And obviously the Olympics aren't going to happen this year, so that's going to be very different. But that's take a look at that. And then the other thing is you can link directly back to our student program page. And this has information. Again, this takes you to that list of courses. We have an FAQs page that there's just quick questions about coming from prospective students, or if you're already admitted and have questions about pre-departure or once you're in Paris, all of that is listed here. Once you're accepted, you'll also get access to this Canvas course, which is the travel guide, and it's a very extensive just travel guide with all the information about living and staying in Paris. And then lastly, we just have this student life in Paris page, which is kind of a shortened version of that travel guide, but it's kind of, you can go watch this video that shows you what the residences look like, what the center looks like, and other kind of helpful stuff about living in Paris to take a look at. And that is it for me. Um, does anyone have any questions?
Thank you guys for the presentation. I don't have any questions, but I will definitely email with follow-ups.
Perfect. Well, thanks for coming, and feel free to email us if you do have questions that come up at pariscenter@rice.edu.
And find friends to bring.